Please welcome Maarten.
My Zenith. Okay, my project was lino cut block printing T-shirts. I carved them out of linoleum and then stamped them onto fabric and then sewed them onto paper. You can see my two designs. Brainstorming. I wanted to do a food theme because I thought that would be fun and interesting. And I wanted to do foods that I like but are not super common. So I decided on pickles, olives, and sardines. But for time, later I had to cut down the olive idea. Also, I wanted to do lino cutting because my mom had suggested it, and I was inspired by her. Okay. To start, I practiced lino cutting, which was to really get the hang of the technique and like motions. I practiced on different images, like a simple flower and a worm, and then I printed them onto paper with an ink pad because I didn't want to use the fabric ink I was going to use later yet. Design. After that, in Illustrator, I designed both the sardine and the pickle. You can see here. Originally I was designing them in black and white because I was going to print them out, and I thought that color would be unhelpful. But then I realized that color would make sense because of the contrast. Also, this took me a lot longer than I wanted. It took me like 2 more weeks than I wanted. And then after I designed them, I transferred them to the linoleum blocks with, in the case of the pickle here, an awl, which is like, it's just kind of like a very pokey stick. And then you poke little holes in the shape that you want to see, and then you outline it with a Sharpie. And then for the sardine, I used vellum paper, which is basically a tracing paper that you draw on it, and then once you rub, if you can take a side and rub it onto your block, and it produces a faint outline that you can then outline with Sharpie. After that, I carved my actual designs. You can see here and here, all here. I also carved a small hat version of the pickle, the sardine. Sorry. Printing. Printing, you use a brayer and ink. And it's a special fabric ink, and I used a very heavy, it's like mega heavy, press to press it on there. And then while I was doing that, I did many colors and like ink colors and fabric types, so I could get the hang of it. You can see the many tests I did. And at one point, I was even going to have feet on the pickle to give it the even more anthropomorphism, but that didn't really end up working out. Printing part 2. So after that, I got to printing my final prints. I made about 30 of them, which was like kind of mega overkill because I only ended up using a few of them. But I really wanted to make sure that I had all the best ones. And I did a lot of different ones, and you can see, especially the ones here, I did as dual layered in the ink. So it's 2 layers where you print a base, let it dry, and then print another thing. I did those in magenta and turquoise because I thought the turquoise would look really good with the magenta. I also did it originally in darker turquoise, but that didn't really work. Results. I will pass them around. Here. Look. Okay. You can see them here, but also, yeah. Also, okay. Also, Miss P, could you come up here? I have a surprise for you.
Okay. I'm looking. I can see you.
Okay. I made you a tote bag as a gift for our
Oh, thank you, Maarten.
So, we're going to stop for that.
more results, and then the conclusions were really, I wanted to do more designs in more detail, like as you saw with the feet on the pickle. That probably would have worked better if I had time to flesh it out, but I kind of time crunched myself, and I just want to be better at the planning. Questions? Hannah.
First I want to say it turned out really good.
Thank you.
Especially the sardines. I think you've got really crisp lines with them. Okay. I wanted to ask, having done this and having more experience, would you want to go back and finish the olive design, or are you done with the lineup?
Honestly, the olive design, it wasn't just time. I forgot to say this, but it wasn't just time. But I also couldn't figure the olive design. It just kind of wasn't really working because I couldn't make it look both original and like not weirdly flat. Like I just made a bunch of circles in Illustrator. But I do have a bunch more patches that I do want to make, like the multi-layered colored pickles. I didn't put those on shirts because I like mega time crunched this. I was like the whole weekend, like one day I was literally printing all those patches from like 8 p.m. to like 1:30 in the morning. And then the next day I stayed up until like 3 a.m. finishing. So the like presentation, so I was really crunched on it.
Would you consider like trying to turn this into an actual like business profit thing, or do you want to just keep it to like small projects?
Honestly, I'm not sure. My family was definitely suggesting that, and I probably could do that. And that would be a very interesting idea. Yeah. More?
Well, I want to show this off real quick.
Yeah. Wow.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So
The
there's
flower
one side,
fabric was a
that's
choice.
the sardines. And then there's the pickle.
The contrast.
I
I
love the
love this
colors.
fabric.
This is wonderful. You did a great job on flat painting.
You're welcome.
Very
Mr.
good. I
do
do want you to sign it though.
Oh, sure. You have a question, Mr. Flo?
It was pretty small though. Yeah. So, so carving, right?
Yes.
Tiny little details. Those are hard. Or
Oh yes.
easy?
Though honestly, I especially with the hat one. The hat one was harder because it was pretty small, and also when I was trying to carve the feet were like, it was so small that it was honestly almost like I couldn't really get it very accurate to the image at all because the image was just so small in Illustrator. But the feet were not working out. But like the pickle and the sardine, they were generally pretty big. So they weren't, except the pickle did have some very thin lines that I slightly, but like the sardine, there were not too many like tiny crevices. Also, I did neglect to mention, I did replace the text because there wasn't really text on the sardine, but then I was like, wait, text is kind of way too hard to carve, so I just put little stars there instead.
Would you say you're inspired by Pickle Rick?
Nope, but I had done, nope, I haven't really seen Rick and Morty. But I had done for the last project, for a project earlier, we did product design, and I made, because I love pickles, they're delicious. I made my own pickle brand, and I had kind of continued that inspiration and theme. I actually used the same stock image, like pickle stock image, and modified it differently. Yeah.
What are the materials used for carving? Like
It's okay. I said linoleum, but it's not actually real linoleum. It's like basically just rubber. Like I'm just making a rubber stamp.
Yeah, it's like eraser stuff.
Yeah, it's like the same stuff as an
You can
eraser.
carve in linoleum.
You can do it on real linoleum. I just did it on rubber because it's easier.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Martha.